Hello everybody, today we're back with another video. My name's Braden, and behind me we got Hallie, my 1940 Allis Chalmers B, and today I will be showing you a video on how to crank start one of these tractors. To check the fuel level, you simply unscrew your cap as seen, take it off, look inside, and if you can see a reflection, that means that there's gas in it, and then you can go ahead and screw your cap back on. This is the simplest step. All you have to do is pull out your dipstick, check your oil level, and then you can just put it right back in. Checking your antifreeze/water level is the same as checking for fuel, and when you look in the hole you should be able to see if there's any fluid in there, and screw your cap right back on and you're ready to go. To turn on your fuel, you go to the sediment bowl and you turn the dial on top of the bowl, and by opening it up you're allowing gas inside to the carburetor to run the engine. Please note, if your sediment bowl has a tendency to leak, keep it off for the first few cranks and then turn it back on, for as it will have a hard time starting up if it leaks. This by far is almost the most important step, and you want to make sure that your brakes are engaged so your tractor doesn't roll, and most importantly, check that your tractor is in neutral, because these tractors will start when they're in gear. For starting the tractor, I like to bring my throttle up to about halfway, or pretty much to where the pole that holds up the steering wheel, to where it's just about even. Later on in the video, I brought my throttle up a little bit more, but that's about where I recommend putting it. Alright, so now that you know the stuff that you want to go through before starting a tractor, I'm going to show you how you actually start it up. What I'm going to do real quick is move the camera back. That way you can kind of see a little bit better. There we go. So, I'm going to show you real quick the don'ts to crank starting a tractor. First thing is you never want to be standing right here like this, because if you're pushing like this, if this kicks back while you're like this, what's going to happen is it's going to come right into you. And don't want that happening. The next thing is when you're crank starting, you never want to wrap your thumb around it like I am here. You can see how I have my thumb wrapped around the crank, and you never want to do that. You kind of want to tuck it in or leave it out and just pull with your fingers like this. Because what's going to happen is, if you're doing it the right way, you have your thumb wrapped around this handle. If this kicks back and you're still holding on, your thumb's broken. You also want to watch how you're standing, because if you aren't standing correctly, and if you're doing it the right way, what can happen is if the crank goes back, so let's say I'm right here and then it pulls back. Let's see. So I'm right here, I'm doing it the wrong way with my thumbs and stuff. And I'm standing like this, and it pulls back and it goes right into the crank, right into my leg, and my thumb's going to be broken. So that's a couple of the don'ts. And I'm going to show you the proper way to start it. First thing is you're going to take your leg right here and put it up against this wheel right here. And basically what this does is it provides it so if the crank does kick back, that you're not being pulled into it. It will help stop you. So I can't go into it, versus if I'm right here, I can go right into it. So you want to place your leg right here, and then you find where your crank is. And one thing to know is when the crank is right here in this area, the tractor won't start. Once it gets to about right here, it's engaged. So you never have to worry about pulling it when it's right here, because it won't do anything at all. So then what I like to do is I take my 4 fingers, wrap it around, pull it till it gets tight, pull it halfway, wait about 5 seconds for the compression to drop in. That was a very good example. But I'll pull it tight. It's starting to get tight. Wait a few seconds. And what I'll do is I'll pull it down fast and let go. I just let go in case it does kick back, like this. Then I've let go. Again, this hasn't been started in a couple days, so it's going to give a bit of a temperament. Pull it to about almost in the middle and pull it down as fast as you can. Now, I'm not giving a very good example. I'm going to give it a little bit of choke. Your choke is this little lever right here on your carburetor. Down is choke on, up is choke off. I usually like to put it about halfway, give it one crank, shut it off, and it's usually good. Getting tight, wait a few seconds. So the reason that tractor wasn't starting is because like I mentioned before, my sediment bowl leaked, so it filled up the carburetor, and I kept trying to start it. And later on in the video, I ended up turning my fuel off, cranked it twice, and it started right up. And again, if your tractor is in running condition, it should start up in the matter of about 2 to 3 cranks on average. Again, that's if your tractor has good engine in it. Little bit of an update. Turns out I just had to turn my sediment bowl off for just a short period of time because this bowl has a leak, so it got too much fuel in the carb. Turn it off, started right up. Go for a little drive. Okay, here we are. When I go ahead, push my clutch in, put it in reverse, take off my brakes, hold on. Okay, as soon as I let go of the clutch, I'm going to start going backwards. Go ahead and easy on the brakes. Put in the first, and off we go. Easy. Go ahead and bring down our RPMs. And right here, pop it into neutral, let go of the clutch, put on my brakes. Oh boy. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it around that range. Hop off of here. And to shut it off, you could pull your throttle all the way back. It'll shut right off. But what I like to do, I like to turn my fuel bowl off, so that way I know that there's no gas in the carburetor. And then after like, oh, maybe a minute or so, it will just turn right off. I usually just like to sit here and wait just to make sure that nothing wrong happens. Oh, see, there it goes. So just turn that off, which off is in, gets all the fuel out of the carb, so it's easier to start. But like I mentioned, this isn't working, the fuel shut off, so it will eventually leak into there after a few days. And that's why it struggled to start up this morning. So, there is the how-to startup and drive of my 1940 Allis Chalmers B named Hallie. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time, and maybe in the spring when we get to use this thing over here.